The master plan for enlightenment. The central theme of this narrative explores the Great Cabal, an ancient and secret initiative by the Council of the World to guide humanity back to its divine origins through the manifestation of a savior. This ambitious plan suggests that while religious traditions have historically fragmented and decayed into hollow rituals, there remains a core, hidden knowledge, a true religion capable of elevating humanity beyond the limitations of the physical body. The text positions the protagonist as the latest in a lineage of candidates chosen to act as a bridge between the mortal realm and the divine, serving as a living symbol of potential for all mankind. The origins of human distraction. The narrative posits that humanity once lived in a state of direct, radiant connection with the Supreme God, possessing the ability to create and exist through spiritual rather than physical means. Over time, however, humans became increasingly preoccupied with the sensations of the flesh. This shift caused a gradual drift from the radiant self, leading to a loss of the creative powers that once allowed for divine existence. As this connection waned, religious practices shifted from internal exercises to external displays of power. The ritualistic trap, religious ceremonies that were initially designed to spiritualize the body were eventually corrupted by leaders seeking secular power. The veil of intermediaries, many priests established themselves as essential gatekeepers, claiming that divine grace could only be accessed through their specific blessings and rituals. The secret survivors, despite the prevalence of performative religion, small groups of initiates preserved the true religion in secret, shielding the sacred techniques from those who would use them for control. The Great Cabal and the role of the Savior. To counteract the spiritual decline of humanity, the Council of the World formulated a multi-generational strategy known as the Great Cabal. This plan recognized that for the common person to reclaim their divinity, they needed a relatable, human-centered example. The goal was to produce a new Osiris, a figure who could demonstrate that even a person of humble origins could overcome the limitations of mortality through rigorous internal training and divine alignment. 1. Developing the archetype. The Council sought a candidate from a lineage that balanced common appeal with historical distinction. 2. The path of preparation. The chosen candidate underwent extensive cross-cultural training, absorbing wisdom from diverse traditions ranging from the Essenes to the Druids and the Yogis, to ensure a versatile and profound understanding of human consciousness. 3. The importance of stress. Unlike traditional sedentary approaches to meditation, this true religion required the candidate to maintain spiritual equanimity and power even under extreme physical, emotional, and social stress. The necessity of the virgin birth. A recurring pivotal element in this grand design is the concept of the virgin birth, which the Council describes not merely as a miraculous occurrence, but as a test of the candidate's mastery over their own creative essence. The candidate must prove their ability to command the power body, or the seventh body in the Egyptian tradition, to create life through pure thought and spiritual energy. This act serves as the ultimate validation of their readiness to act as a conduit for the divine. The eternal woman, the candidate must identify a virgin of the world, a partner whose purity and willingness are essential to the success of this sacred conception. Symbolism and reality. By enacting this birth, the candidate validates ancient myths, transforming them from fading historical legends into an immediate, lived reality for the people of their time. The ultimate sacrifice. The training is arduous, demanding a total commitment to self-discipline and the shedding of the flesh self, as the final test involves facing death with the ability to transcend it. The global strategy for redemption. The Council's plan extends beyond the life of the candidate alone. It acknowledges the need for long-term cultural shifts, aiming to introduce moral truths such as truthfulness, love, and personal inner worth to populations worldwide. By fostering these qualities, the Council hoped to create a global environment where humanity would eventually be ready to embrace the true religion once more. Reforming religious thought. Through the influence of historical figures like Akhenaton and later the leaders of the 12 Orders of the White Brotherhood, the Council worked to loosen the grip of dogmatic, exclusionary religious structures. Building a mindset. The primary obstacle identified by the Council was the common belief that humanity is unworthy of direct contact with the divine. The plan seeks to replace this doubt with a firm belief in individual divinity. Contingency and continuity, the council prepared multiple outcomes, ensuring that even if the candidate failed their supreme test, their life and death would serve as a powerful catalyst for love and faith, paving the way for future generations to succeed where they might have stumbled. Concluding the mission. As the protagonist accepts this heavy burden, the narrative underscores a profound sense of purpose. The candidate acknowledges their own perceived ineptitude while simultaneously embracing the wisdom of the council. This humility and dedication serve as the foundation for their transition from a mortal individual to a vessel for the eternal. The Assembly of Masters, representing the most enlightened traditions from across the globe, signals the gravity of this moment, marking the beginning of a final, intense phase of preparation that aims to restore the earth to a state of peace, duty, and direct communion with the Supreme God. Ultimately, this chapter serves as a blueprint for the spiritual evolution of humanity. It frames the search for God not as an act of submissive worship, but as the rigorous, disciplined pursuit of one's own inherent divinity. By synthesizing historical traditions, moral imperatives, and the promise of a savior, the text creates a vision of a future where every individual is empowered to become their own priest, effectively ending the era of spiritual intermediary and ushering in a collective return to the paradise of the past.